Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Poland Daily Travel. Boy, we got a good show for you. The sun is shining, and we will be going over to Praga, the district of Warsaw, which is on the eastern bank of the Vistula River. We're going to start out, though, on the Holy Cross Bridge. From there to the west, you can see the spires of the gleaming new Warsaw. All those skyscrapers, very impressive. You can also see the old town to the north and the west. And on the east, of course, old Praga. Praga exists pretty much as it has for many centuries. It was not much destroyed during World War II, and now it's a popular bohemian hangout. We're going to take you for a walk right through the center of the main part of Praga. Action starts at St. Florian's Church. We'll see a milk bar and the Five Musicians statue, and hear a very famous song, A Dream of Warsaw it's called. And it's one of my favorites. We'll stop off at the Praha Cinema. Then we'll go to the market in Praga, the largest market in Warsaw today. The old school outdoor market hasn't changed much in 30 years. So come and have a look at alternative Warsaw. It's called Praga, and it's lots of fun. This is eye candy you'll happily digest. So come along. The next few episodes, we're on the eastern bank of the Vistula in Warsaw, in Praga district. Poland Daily Travel, the best travel about Poland you've ever seen. Poland Daily Travel, we're here still in Praga, and we are having a lot of fun. The sun is coming out now, just on cue. It's a couple of seconds late, but it did come out, and we're very happy. I'm here with Stan, and we are at the, how do you say it? The
Bazar Różyckiego.
Bazar Różyckiego. And this is one of the famous markets in Warsaw. It's supposed to be the largest market of its kind. You can buy, as you see from this, it says you can buy suits and overcoats and
Kalashnikovs.
And Jack used to be able to buy Kalashnikovs in the old days. And the stadium had a market too.
Yes.
You can change money. There's a fellow asking if you want to change money all the time. So there's a lot of things you can do.
Was said
you see him walking in the background. If you need to change money out there in TV land or on the internet. Yeah, can you tell a little history about it?
So what I know about this place is that it's iconic of Praga. It was founded by Mr. Różycki in, I think, 1901. And what is very interesting about it is that after the war, when Warsaw was completely destroyed, Praga was the first area of Warsaw which came back to life. And a lot of black marketeers, the guys that were hiding and selling in the black market during the war, they went out of the open. But the communists weren't fond of those people because they thought they were like crypto capitalists. So they wanted to destroy those guys. And this is what's interesting about this place is that it was never shut down by the communists. So you could buy all sort of interesting things too. You could also buy dodgy things. And of course, a lot of secret police activity around here.
Talk to me more.
So this became an iconic place, and the communists couldn't shut it down, but it was heavily infiltrated by the commies because a lot of black market things were happening here, and things that were not allowed during communism. So yes, indeed, it's a very iconic place. This bazaar, of course, it doesn't have the place that it used to be because now everything's mauled by big moles, right?
Big malls, not mole. A mole lives under the ground.
I know. But it's almost like, you know,
it's the place you shop. There's one right down the corner.
Yeah, the mole.
There's one right on the corner by the
big
train
moles
station.
Mole the economy.
Well, let's go in and see if we can look around in the market if they'll let us. Okay.
If they let us.
Come with us.
It's a relic of communism here, you know?
Yeah, this is something you would only find in this part of the world. I understand that they, in this part of the city actually, on the western side you will never see something like this. This is quaint in a sense. It's going back to almost
history.
to pre-capitalism times, yeah?
Yeah.
Or almost back to the 1930s in a way. It's probably been around that long.
Something like that, but
Yeah.
it's also very iconic of the early capitalist era in Warsaw, where you had a lot of places like that, and this thing just has hibernated through time.
Yeah, it's a kind of a, that's the point.
Time capsule.
It's in a time capsule. Well
Yes.
done. You know English better than I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
just a few words.
You know, there's children's clothes and shirts. And all this stuff is going to be, look at the ties. All this stuff is going to be a lot cheaper than anything you would buy. We see wedding dresses. We see that they're about $200, $250. The expensive one is $300. And this is, you know, weddings are a big thing in Poland. People take getting married very seriously. The whole family comes. You have really large extended families, most people in Poland.
Some people take credit.
Yeah, those who aren't fighting with each other,
Yeah.
quarreling.
Some people take loans to make a big wedding.
People take, well, they do that everywhere, but I'm sure
Yeah. But here you can't joke, you know, when you're doing a wedding, it should be a wedding.
it has to
There's
be
like
serious.
the-
Yeah. And you invite everyone you know a lot of the time. Yeah. Especially if you live in a small town or a village. You know.
Especially there. Oh, so we have tourists
So
here.
you have all these things having to do with more things for the mortapere. This is mortapere. This is a stuff to decorate your car. The road to paradise.
Yeah.
And nice suits.
I'm not married, Will, but I know it's not
Yeah.
a road to paradise.
Yeah.
I
And if you-
already know that.
If you need a nice wig, there's a wig for you right there. You put that on your head, and you will look.
Can I put one?
Perfect?
My
And,
head?
I don't think so. We don't want to upset these nice ladies. Hello. How are you? Yeah. So you can get your required finery, and it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. And it might not last forever, but it's gonna look good on the day. You know, it'll look good enough on the day, and that's important.
And what is worth mentioning, I probably said it, but these kind of markets used to be the heart of the economy of the 90s, the early 90s. Most of Polish
That's
markets were just like that. They just looked like that. That's why it's very interesting, because that's a time capsule.
Yes.
I feel like I'm going back into my childhood. I came here in 91 from Western Europe, and for me, this whole place, those places were incredible, because I didn't really see the grayness of it. I just saw all
Yeah.
the things that were happening. And I used to live in Saskakempa, which hosted the biggest of them,
Yeah.
on an old communist stadium. It was huge. People said you could even buy a MiG-29 in pieces. From one place to another, you could assemble crazy stuff.
They did sell weapons there, I know that.
Yeah, of course. You could
Yeah.
buy Kalashnikovs, all kind
Yeah.
of Soviet military, decorations.
Those are not legends.
No, these are not legends.
truth.
I used to buy
Those are truth.
my video games there.
Yeah. Now that was where you have the big Warsaw brand new stadium now.
Yes.
Used to be one of these huge markets.
Yes.
I mean, this is the biggest market there is now in Warsaw, and certainly one of its kind. But the stadium, the old stadium,
Yes.
and that space where the new stadium is now, was one vast market. They called it the Russian market, in fact,
Yes.
didn't
And
they? Didn't they?
and one
Yeah.
interesting fact, I think in '95, 1/4 of Polish GDP was centered around in the early 90s. Sorry, like 91, 92. 1/4 of Polish GDP was amassed there. So I mean, it was really huge. This is just like that's nothing compared to it, because it was a multi-level thing, and you could literally buy everything there. And by the way, a lot of early Polish millionaires, billionaires made their fortuins on these kind of
A lot
markets.
of people started in markets.
Yes.
This fueled,
That's early capitalism. That's how
as
it
Stan
looked.
said, this fueled the growth of entrepreneurs. Because Poles are natural
Yes.
entrepreneurs for some reason, and we're not going to be able to tell you about the economic reasons why. You could probably figure it out for yourselves.
Survival, I
Survival,
would say.
yeah. Be ready to move. Be ready to,
Yes.
to sell and buy. Which when
Don't
you
wait
can.
for the state to do things for you. Ask what you can do for the state, Will, right?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that a quote from your great
What?
president?
You mean ask not what the
Yes,
your
exactly.
state can do for you?
And yeah,
ask
exact-
ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
I've been to
John
Arlington
F. Kennedy.
Cemetery recently, and I've seen the quote.
Yeah.
That's
You're right.
something.
You're
yeah.
right.
And that's something that would
Yeah.
Kennedy would probably say to
Yeah.
all the socialists, the Bernies, in America.
Hey, you know, it's shut down for the day, but we're going to walk through the back. So stay with us. Poland Daily will be right back
That's right.
with the next exciting episode. Okay? Stay with us. Or watch us again.